All right, here we go. Happy Friday. Happy AI Day.
Let's
That's what we're
go.
going to be
It
covering
it's
today.
yeah. It's Fry with a AI. It's yeah. In my
I was
head,
trying to
that
do that
joke made a
too,
lot of
but it's
sense.
not
Yeah.
working. Good to see you again, sir. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we've been talking about this for a while, and Alex and I have gone on a few
Mhm.
rabbit trails or robot trails lately, where we've been saying, "Hey, we're going to talk about this," and then AI is the shiny toy that distracts us in that conversation. And there's been a lot of things that we've said, "Hey guys, if you are building your business, AI is a great add-on to a strong foundation of integrations and essential automations. AI comes next. So make sure all those other pieces are in play." But today we are going to geek out on AI because it is such a game changer tool. And I will just recap here all the stuff that you are wondering about. I'm going to reference other videos. I'm going to reference some of the previous stuff. I talked about automations. We've got a growing library. I'm so excited about the content. Alex and I do these to train and equip people on focused topics. And honestly, Alex, we kind of just show up and we're like, I hope this is good. I hope people like it. But the view count keeps climbing. I think we're almost at 200 for one of our earlier videos, which for this growing channel is a big deal. So what that's telling
Yes.
me is people who are watching these are getting value. People who are watching these are taking action. And I always like to remind us who are a part of this, those who are watching, do something. If you
Yes.
represent one of those numbers on that view count here and you haven't done what the video is about, whether it's client retention, use a cross-sell campaign, use a renewal campaign, a referral campaign, holiday campaign, if you've watched that video and you haven't done anything yet, shame on you. I tease, of course, but we do want to get you some results here. So we're going to cover AI today. What can you practically do with the AI tools? We're going to kind of get high level and then we'll kind of get in on the ground floor. But anything else you want to add, Alex, as we dive into one of the nerdier, exciting, geeky, shiny toy conversations?
You really hit on it. The biggest thing that I want you guys to get as we go through all of these fun AI tools is that the AI is going to help step into a process that you've already got working, and it's going
Yeah.
to help you automate and systemize it. If you're looking to plug AI into a process that you haven't yet got dialed in, then AI will actually, there's a possibility it can make it worse. And that's because AI does a great job of following direction. But if you don't have your process dialed in and you don't give it really specific directions, AI will do the very best that it can with the limited training that you've given it. And unfortunately, um, that means that it's going to start to kind of make up some things as it goes. And so we're going to show you how to train AI. We're going to give you real life examples. We're going to show you some tools inside of Agent CRM. But when you're looking at AI, look at a system that you've got working and say, how can I use AI to automate this manual task that I'm currently doing? And then plug AI in as much as possible. We're plugging in AI on the Agent CRM side as much as possible, but we're not doing it until we've got our internal process dialed in, documented, and then we start plugging in AI to test, can it do that job for us? So that's a
Yeah.
huge thing as we start looking at this.
Yeah. Something we're also going to cover today. What is the difference between automations and AI? We do have a service where we work with users on a higher level, like a very deep level. That's a separate program we have. And some people are like, yo, the AI is not doing this for me. Well, that's actually an automation. That's a workflow, not AI. The AI can't and won't currently do that.
Mhm.
You use automations and AI hand in hand to take your business to the next level. Let's backtrack for a second, a year and a half, 2 years back, because it's currently
Yep.
2024, almost 2025. And we just want to highlight this is a new, but now a reliable technology that we're showcasing here. Was it 2023? I think AI hit the scene. ChatGPT was
Mhm.
the new, we saw the fire, then we saw the wheel invented, and now we see AI and this leap, this catalytic leap in culture. I'm super excited. I'm going to permit myself 20 seconds of geeking out. ChatGPT's new model 4.0, I think, is released, and it's
Mhm.
a reasoning model. It doesn't just regurgitate what's on the internet. It can actually think through and ask itself questions and check its own work so that the output is a much higher quality. So we're kind of seeing these incremental developments to AI. And what we're super excited about is that it is at a place now. The conversational AI, super solid, especially when trained. The next thing that's coming out is voice AI. There's some regulatory stuff that's being explored, being tested, but the best use case right now is inbound voice AI, which we are actively experimenting with right now. Like someone
Yep.
today is probably testing on our behalf an AI voice. So you can call in and it will actually feel beneficial. There's like
Mhm.
this trade-off part. If any of you remember Smarter Child, Alex, do you remember Smarter Child, the
No, I
chatbot?
don't.
It was this very primitive, like a decade ago. Some people, if you're watching the replay, comment, I remember Smarter Child, nostalgia, it's coming back. But it was like this text bot where you're like, this is kind of fun, but it's no value. It's entertainment, it's stupid, it's cheesy. The goal is with AI, and this is to frame our conversation as well, that you want the benefit that the users feel to be greater than the um, disappointment of not talking to a person. Now, some of the AI,
Mm.
especially text, especially conversational, some people may believe that it is a real person. That's how good quality it is. But when we're talking about in the future voice AI, it's now at that point, and I tested this myself, where I called and I knew I wasn't talking to a person, but it felt beneficial enough. The language felt smooth and not clunky. Its ability to answer questions at a higher level, I was like, I'm not bothered. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I got helped by this AI, and that's what we're going to showcase here with the um, agent AI, which is primarily a text, multi-channel text, email, voice. But things are progressing, things are getting better and better. Even for our conversational AI, we've got some new stuff coming out, and we're exploring. Many of you who have been with us a while, ScheduleBot was the first iteration where the primary goal, and even our landing page, we haven't really changed it yet for Agent AI. It was usually like, yo, like, let's get people onto your calendar. Still one of
Mhm.
the best use cases, still one of the most reliable. But now AI is acting as both a booker, helping you convert new leads. We're going to show you how to plug that in, but it's also a support agent. So some of
Yes.
you have leads, you maybe even have clients where they ask a question and now ball's in your court. That conversation is stuck until you get back to them. And the ability to have an AI that's highly trained that can keep the conversation moving, that can answer questions, handle objections, and move them to action while you are on the call with someone else. That's really the power of AI. So let's dive in. But anything else, Alex, before we get into the actual behind the curtains here?
Yeah, no, you've covered it really well. We were one of the first to come out with an AI bot. We called it Schedule Bot. And the reason we called it that was simply because that's all that it did. And we wanted to be
Yeah.
super clear on that. It's like all this is going to do is schedule you on the calendar. Before we dive into kind of geeking out, one fun stat, we found that people who use Agent AI and they do a conversational booking, like what's demonstrated here in the screenshot, um, we've seen a 30% increase in the number of people that schedule an appointment when you use that as opposed to sending them to a link. And the reason why I think it's higher is because we're not forcing the person to click out and then refill in information. They simply reply via text whenever they want to. Like, what we're going to show you is going to look like an almost instantaneous conversation, but Agent AI remembers what was said previously. So if you're talking to a prospect, like in this case, John Doe, and then John doesn't reply for hours because something comes up, and then Agent AI can tap him on the shoulder. Hey, checking in. Would 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock work better for you, John? John goes, oh, oops, you're right. 5 is great. Talk to you then. Boom, appointment booked. They didn't have to go somewhere else. Agent AI did the work. So
Yeah.
this is just a really good use case for helping to get more of your leads on your calendar. I like to call it Calendly 2.0.
Yes. Yep. Any additional step that you're requiring of people is going to decrease. You're making it, some of you are making it too hard for people to take action. And I'm going to give one brief illustration. There's a home service that we have contracted. There's something that's broken on our property. And I said to this dude, like, yo, first of all, I said, I want to pay now. Like, I'm willing to pay. I've got the money. I will give you money up front. I don't know how you do business, but I just want to lock it in. Let's get the dang thing sorted out. And then the back and forth on email was ridiculous. I'm honestly appalled at his business organization, partly because that's what we do. So I maybe should be a little more graceful, but it was like back and forth. I'm like, just give me a date. And he's like, oh, like, yeah, whenever, maybe near the end of the month. I'm like, no, just tell me and let's lock it in the calendar. It was back and forth and back and forth. Finally, he locked it in. And honestly, the date came and went and they didn't show up. So the thing isn't even fixed yet.
Oh my goodness.
So some people, some of you who have insurance clients, you're like, oh, I've done that. Oh, I've done that. So hopefully this is going to solve a problem here. The calendar is the essential. Like if you don't know how to use the basic Agent CRM calendar tool, that's the foundation that we're talking about where you build on top of that with AI. But let's go in before I belabor the point here. So I've got an account in here. Should we show the actual demo first?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Let's show what it was like when Lily actually used it.
So just quickly, you can see here, this was just a graphic example, but it was just simply, hey, time is this. Does that work? Yes, locked it in. But many leads, they aren't quite ready until they just have a basic question answered. So what we've done with this demo account here, let's see if I can jump in. I might have to blur. Let's do that. One sec here. I've gotten in trouble by YouTube before, so I'm just gonna delete things here. Okay, so let's start off with the entry point. You can do all sorts of cool things like text Medicare to this number if you need help. Fill in a form can trigger. Imagine someone filled in a form on your website. And I will come back later to show you the website for how a contact can come in. But there's something that's going to initiate the conversation. It can either be someone texting in or in our training for the AI, I'll point to that in a moment, you can actually run the first outbound text to the user. So you could, if you're watching this, you want an action step, you could set up your AI and then add a list and blast them a single text. And the moment they respond, the bot will engage and start communicating. But in this example, Lily, who's doing the demo, says, I need help. Of course, I'm here to help. Can you please tell me more about what you need assistance with? I'm trying to help my mom get set up with Medicare, but I don't know where to start. It's a conversation. You see that? It's not just, when are you free? Like, it's, hey, I don't know, like, help me out. I understand it's how overwhelming this can be, but don't worry, I'm here to assist you. So empathy, like, awesome. My bot is representing my business well because it's understanding the frustration, the confusion. The first step is usually to determine your mom's eligibility. Check it out. It even recognized the context. Lily's not looking. Lily's looking for her mom. Generally, she would be eligible if she's 65 or older, or if she has certain disabilities. Once we establish her eligibility, we can then proceed with the enrollment process. Would you like to help with that? That's the AI responding. And that's a phenomenal response. It's professional, it's empathetic, it's clear and straight to the point. Thanks for all that info. Yes, she needs to get this set up. Sweating emoji. Absolutely. I'd be happy to help with that. To get started, I'll need some basic information. Could you please provide your mom's full name, phone number, email, address? This is necessary to book her appointment. So she plunks that in. Thank you so much for the information. Now let's schedule an appointment to discuss your mom's Medicare options. We have available times tomorrow, Tuesday. So it gives the times. What it's doing is reading the connected calendar. So you're going to determine which calendar you want to plunk them into, and then the bot will read. And once your calendar is set up and integrated maybe with Google or Outlook, it will cross-check your availability, so it's not going to double book you. It's going to read the calendar, spit out two, you can configure it a little bit, configure how many options you want to present, but one or two options, which would work best for you? Oh, 9 a.m. would work best. Awesome. Let's get on the call. And the bot understands this is a confirmation. So the bot takes that confirmation and it locks in the appointment, and then it begins the automation appointment reminder sequence. So they're going to start to get emails. No longer is it the AI point. It's now the automations that are like, yo, you've got an appointment coming up. That's a workflow. That's an automation. The AI at this point has done its job and handed off client. They're locked into your calendar. But you can see here how the nurturing, the informing of the product, anything that's holding them back from booking an appointment, the bot can help to nurture, to handle questions, and then to put them on your calendar in a conversational, natural tone.
Yep. And this can happen during any time of the day. And it can happen with people from even different countries if they're texting in. Some of you, you also help with people in Canada.
Yep.
And there is no limit really to the number of simultaneous conversations that Agent AI can have. And so this is a really powerful tool. Notice that we're using Medicare as the example here. This is a really powerful tool to plug in and start using when you're going to have a lot of people reaching out for information in a short amount of time. So it also does it without, like, let's say, you wake up, you're not feeling well. Agent AI doesn't get sick. It can still respond to all the incoming text messages that are coming in. So this is a great tool to help duplicate you. And this is a good use case for a system that's already set up and working for online booking, for example. Like, you've got the system set up. You want to make sure that the person is eligible. Notice it's checking eligibility. And so now, once they have, done a very soft check on the eligibility, then it schedules the appointment and moves the process forward. So all done without you having to do manual work.
Yeah. And I'll highlight here, this demo was done on Facebook Messenger. You'll notice here the little messenger icon. So any channel, if it's Instagram, text, if it is email, if it's any text-based channel, that's what the AI is able to assist with. So multi-channel functionality. And some things, I'll cover some of the ways we train the bot. There's a setup guide I'm going to cover too, but I do want to highlight, because last time it needed to be ironed out, like crystal clear. The bot itself, if you have an Agent CRM account, you have access to this bot. The bot itself does not cost extra. The
Correct.
only charge is a carrier charge. So if you're sending a text, AT&T, there's going to be a charge, or T-Mobile, whatever network it gets delivered on. There's a texting-based charge, same as automations. It's no different. So it's just a carrier usage charge. There is no AI fees. That the Chat GPT engine that funds it or allows it to function, the engine behind it, we cover the cost on that. So that's not passed on to you. Any of the ChatGPT charges, we absorb that fee, because we believe that AI is an essential tool for agents to stay cutting edge today. You have a quote, AI won't replace an agent. Tell us about that.
Yeah, AI will not replace an agent, but the agent that uses AI will replace the agent that is not using AI.
Yeah.
Simply because the agent that is using AI is able to focus on revenue generating tasks, business building tasks, and delegate the manual things to an AI bot. One of the things that you mentioned, Will, is that you're only charged when you send text messages from the AI bot. The AI itself is free. This conversation happened over Facebook Messenger. So this conversation would not
There
have
was no charge.
incurred a single charge,
Yeah.
which is incredible. So this is legitimately, we can say this is a zero cost lead. It came in on Facebook. Somebody sent a message. The iBot responded. There is not a single charge incurred, not for the AI, not for the messages sent, none of it. So an incredible tool, incredible tool.
Huge. So let's cover a few tips, facts. First thing I'm going to do, we'll take a little detour here where I go to support options on the left-hand side. Support options, training videos. There are some technical weeds type actions like, hey, find your calendar link and go to the calendar, plug that in. Agent AI Guide is going to cover some of the like step 1, step 2. This is not a, hey, let's do this together. Maybe we'll do 1 or 2 things, but you can see here, OpenAI calendar ID. So we're going to go into the calendar section. We're going to punch that extension code into a custom value. So there are some things that's just like, hey, plug in the cords, plug in this wire, and you're good to go. But we want to kind of more coach you on the thought process and also some tips and tricks, maybe that we actually don't cover in that bite-sized course. One of the things that we'll talk about is prompts and also FAQs, or frequently asked questions, because the bot is trained to answer, it's going to be trained to answer, respond to questions that you've given it. Like the bot doesn't know everything that you think it should know. It can't read your mind. Right. Cool thing though is it can read websites. So I'll talk about that. But on the top right here, let's probably not. I think I'm on Loom. I'm like, it's right here. It's not how Zoom works. Manage and training your bot. You can actually test your bot currently inside of Agent CRM. So if you want, instead of sending to a client, like you want to test your automations, test your emails, see what it looks like on the receiving end. But also in this tool here, top right, little cute bot icon, FAQs, frequently asked questions. You're going to tell the bot, hey bot, here's what someone might ask me. Hey bot, here's how I want you to respond, roughly. Like here's the content, or here's the knowledge more so. Like it might ad-lib it, it might kind of change it a little bit, but who owns and operates Medicare Resources website or website? We've given it this specific bot as a demo. We've just gone above and beyond, and I believe we actually include the Medicare FAQs. So if you're watching this, I think if you go into the training course, let's just see here, resources, FAQ. Yeah, Medicare FAQ is easy import. So you actually have, if you're watching Medicare, we do give you this specific one. But all of the questions, like we're just going to town on making this bot smart for Medicare as a product. Now, some of you will add a few extra things about your personal business, like, hey, where are you located? Hey, like, I don't know, why did you get into Medicare? You could get creative and really create a well-rounded, personalized bot. But another thing you could do, again, we love our AI tools. I'm going to go to ChatGPT and say, I am building an FAQ document for my IUL insurance AI. Can you provide me an extensive list of questions and answers that my bot should give people who engage with it? Let's see how that does. You're going to always have to edit and tweak AI. It's just good to be a supervisor to AI. It's like an employee. it's like an employee that you don't pay. So hopefully the robots, if they're listening, they know that we're grateful for their service. And uh, but check this out. Like I could load this information. What makes IUL policies universal? What happens if I skip or reduce a premium payment? You could take all of this knowledge that ChatGPT has given and you want to review it. There's still things where, what's that term, Alex, for AI where it makes up stuff?
It just starts hallucinating. Yeah.
Hallucinating.
Yeah. It just starts hallucinating. Yeah.
Yeah. So AI hallucination is where it will just out of nowhere create something that's not true. So those issues are being resolved with the newer versions of AI. However, there's a really really high importance still in just looking over. And as an IUL agent, you're like, I don't know what my AI bot should know, but you know the product well enough to review this work now. And you're like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm going to change that. So this could be a way where you can give a head start to your AI FAQs. But the more you give it, the better value your leads will experience. So maybe even setting aside, what would you say, Alex, like half an hour to brush up if you're using ChatGPT, especially half an hour should be a good amount of time to just, set it and forget it. That's what I like to do with automations, with everything. You do it once, you do it right, and then you can leave it on the back burner, revisit it down the road. But
a couple of things to keep in mind as you train your AI bot is get really specific about giving it questions you do not want it to answer or try to attempt to answer. This is one of the things that we do when we set up AI bots for our clients, which is a service we provide. But we give it a guidelines on what not to answer. Because what you don't want is you don't want the bot to try to come up with an answer to say like, hey, is cancer coverage included in my policy? Well, the AI bot's not going to know the answer to that. And it might try to answer the question based on just whatever data it can find on the web. You do not want to do that. And so you can tell it, question, what is included in my policy? And you can put in as your answer, any policy questions need to be answered by a live agent on a scheduled call. Let's go ahead and schedule that call now, right? And then the AI bot will recognize that in the conversation and go, okay, I know that I need to schedule a call with the agent now. And then it'll start to change the conversational flow to setting an appointment. But it's super important, especially in the insurance world. There's so much regulation happening right now, and so many things we got to watch out for. Make sure you tell your bot what not to answer. The second thing, when we say set it and forget it, we want to set up a system that you feel confident is working and set up and ready to go. One thing I do recommend, we do this with you if you have AI Plus, which is an additional service we offer. But if you decide not to use that, totally fine. But you are going to want to do an audit of the conversations that your AI bot is having. And you're going to look for two things. You're going to look for answers that it's giving that you may want to tweak and mold a little bit. But the other thing you want to do is you really want to look at the tone and how it's interacting. So there's the content piece, which you can fix with the FAQ, but you also want to look at the tone. Like, how is it responding? Is it giving enough information so that the person chatting with it, feels like the conversation was thorough, personal, and professional? These are things that you can also train your bot in. One of the cool things about AI, especially now, is that the AI can not just be trained with knowledge, but you can give it different personality traits. And so, like, one of the things that we're doing internally is we want our AI bot to respond with encouragement and enthusiasm and not just information about what you're asking. We want our AI bot to have the same type of personality that our amazing team has when they're on live Zoom calls, etc. So, check out your bot every month. Just pick a time and say, all right, I'm going to do it on the second Friday of the month. And I'm going to review
Yeah.
some of the AI conversations and just see what's happening. You may not find anything you need to change, which is awesome. But keep an eye on it. That way, you're not surprised if someone, gives you feedback that you weren't expecting. So always good to keep an eye on it. It's
100%.
just like any employee, you got to train it. So
Yeah. And I'll say so I'm here in settings, custom values, and you'll see OpenAI prompt as one of the fields. Now, many of you've got a ton more, so you're going to have to search OpenAI or prompt and it will come up. But this is a demo account, and these are, you can see even in a folder, it's Agent AI folder. So we've got the calendar ID punched in there that knows to write to my Medicare calendar. Intro message. This here is a static message. It does not change. It's the message that you can fire off to trigger the bot. Now, you don't have to use this. If people respond and the bot's on, then the bot will engage. But this is a way to kind of provoke or prompt the client to engaging and activating the bot. So, hey, would you like to schedule a call? That's probably not the best intro message. It might be something like, hey, open enrollment's coming up and I'd love to help you prepare. Are you interested in connecting? So it could be something like that, or hey, open enrollment's coming to a close. I've got some slots on my calendar. Are you interested in reviewing your options? Hey, changes to benefits have come out and you might not automatically be enrolled. Would you like to get on my calendar and we'll review together? That could be the static message that you blast out. And then someone says, sure, when are you available? The bot reads this calendar, and just like the other example, helps them get on. So here, OpenAI prompt, the bot should be friendly. We're training the bot. The bot should be friendly and energetic. Bot should be named Sarah and should be proficient in helping with Medicare needs. Sarah knows that she works for Agent CRM as a customer service representative. She should not refer to herself as AI. We've seen that the AI sometimes it feels clunky when it says, I'm an AI. It might have changed since then, but we train it not to refer to itself as AI just so that it seems a little more relational, a little more natural. And again, many people, to them on the receiving end, just like with Lily for her mom, the interaction felt natural enough that she could have actually felt like someone live was texting her, which is awesome because it really nurtures people, helps move them to action. So I was actually, Alex, super happy. This is a very basic prompt. Let's be honest. Like this is nothing special when it comes to prompt design or prompt engineering. I thought it was really great, the empathy that it showed. And there's nothing in the thing here about empathy. So I'm actually pretty happy. But as you go, again, using the supervisor example, like you've got a new employee here who's named Agent AI, and you want to check its work, see its interactions, and you're going to expand and develop the prompts as you go. However, we do have, as Alex mentioned, we have some experts, AI experts who you can hire out where they already know from experience prompts. They're amazing at prompt design. And so they can head start some of your setup. However, as you saw, if you have an FAQ and you have even a basic prompt, you can get a lot of value even today.
I think one of the things to look at is, just to keep in mind as you are building out your bot, is that you don't need it to be perfect for it to work really well. Because your Agent AI integrates so well within Agent CRM that setting up a simple Agent AI booking bot, we've got that dialed in and ready to rock and roll for you. So even setting it up just like this with a couple of FAQs, and it's ready to rock and roll. So you don't need to have it be an encyclopedia of knowledge about your insurance product. It can have very basic information and it'll be ready to start booking appointments.
Yeah. We've thrown out terms on previous sessions like speed to lead. The idea of optimizing your opportunities in a quick fashion. Leads, they lose interest, they lose intent. And if someone has raised their hand and said, yeah, I think I want to talk about Medicare, or insert your product here. If they've raised their hand, we want to strike while the iron is hot, getting them into an appointment using tools like AI, where we can bypass the calendar itself because the conversational engagement from the AI is helping to lock them in. That's the goal. Let's go back here because I want to show some examples of integrations for the AI. When and where could this come in handy? Now, the longest, most successful use case of an AI is always booking. Now, what we've shown is that a support bot as well, where it's answering questions, that's kind of the next level of value. So yes, there is initial client or lead conversion, but there's also client nurturing. However, I'm going to get a little bit deeper into that first point, the booking piece. I believe we've put it in the lead gen. So if you're using a branding bundle, let's go back here. And I think we'll give a shout out to the P&C bundle since we're here. Agent CRM comes with a full suite of business automations, a website. I mentioned that earlier. Everything from lead generation to appointment bookings to sales made, cross sells, all the way to renewal is included. We've got Medicare, ACA, life, final expense, annuities, IUL. P&C just came out today. This is December 13th, 2024. So shout out to Shah and Mohammed for helping on that. Shout out to Alex as well for helping with the website copy.
So exciting.
So that's how I believe group benefits is going to be the next one that's released. And we do have somewhere a request form so you can vote on the next one you want. But what we're going to do is click on a product. We're going to import it into our account. Takes a few minutes. And then you're going to see here, let's do we're talking about Medicare still. So let's just kind of keep on that theme, but it's the same idea. All of the bundles are designed with a similar structure and color sequence. If you've got the IUL one, it's no different. Obviously T65 is not an IUL thing, but let's go into 1.0 lead generation. This is the entry point of a lead into the system. And I love the Facebook thing. This is such a cool trending business automation right now. Everyone's using these types of tools. Hey, comment Medicare if you're interested in having someone review your policies, whatever. So you can see here, post is published post. You can select the exact post or just keep it default. Contains the phrase, if you want it Medicare, need help, choose whatever phrase or keyword, and then they come into the system. So this is an automation. This is not AI yet. But what's happening is the automation is asking for things. And another use case here, we're also using AI to suck an email out of their response. So we're really mainly talking about the AI bot for conversations, but there are other AI tools in the system as well. It's going to ask for email. It's going to ask for contacts. And then here we go.
This is all set up and ready to rock and roll for you guys. So you're looking at this like, whoa, this is crazy. Like it's all set up and ready to rock and roll. Don't worry. We built it all out. Just plug and play.
Yeah. So the bot is AI. The AI bot is tag activated. So you do have to set it up. The bot, you have to give it the FAQs, plug in the calendar. So watch that training guide for step-by-steps. But you can see here in some of our automations, or if you're building your own, you could add an action. So let's go here, plus action, tag, add contact tag, AI, agent AI on. So adding that tag will activate the bot for that specific client. And you can remove them from the bot so the bot shuts up and stops talking. If you're like, yo, AI, like I'm happy with your responses, but I'll take it from here. You can do that too. But as you can see, the text in or reply help that is going to be something that will automatically engage the bot. So behind the scenes, I'm over here and I'm closing policies and I'm talking to clients who have booked themselves. And over here, the AI is taking care of my leads and nurturing them, answering questions, collecting information, and then moving them to me. So when I show up Monday to Friday, I'm on calls, I'm doing income producing activities instead of answering questions about eligibility via text, which is chewing up my time. And some of you, that's still important. That's still an income producing activity because it's going to help move. But if you can offload it, in the last video, I talked about automation in general, why automation is going to change your business. But offloading things that are taking up time, so when you show up, you're doing things that actually generate profit. That's the goal of things like this. So I'll show one more here. Alex, maybe we'll talk about the AI service, unless you have some other things that you want to discuss as well. But I believe 1.0 workflows generate lead from comment on Facebook, from comment on Instagram, generate lead from text in. Those are ones that are going to include it. Let's see. I believe all the 1.0. And this on the new version, it's going to say Facebook form vendor /site. That's going to be what it says if you're watching this and you've only recently joined. But
I think we initiate Agent AI on the 2.0 as well. I think that's one of the upgrades that we have for the 2.0 new lead.
Just got to see where I put it.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Yep, 2.1. So you do have to by draft. So we have some bonus actions. Thanks for reminding me here, Alex. So actions 2 till 5, little typo there. Actions 2 to 5 are optional. So all you're going to do, if you want all of your Facebook leads, like imagine you just ran a Facebook campaign, or maybe you are a client of Kaboom Leads and you've bought leads. If you want all of your leads that are fresh to get AI, all you're going to do here after you set up AI is you're going to go into the 2.1 folder. You're going to go to AI, and all you're going to do is just turn it on. Now, this is a simple workflow. We've just created like a visually obvious way to do this. Wait 1 minute and then initiate AI. So, but theoretically, you could just add this tag in the workflow. Like that would be another way to do it. We've just kind of made this like visually obvious, as I've mentioned. So yeah, turn that on and it will just automatically turn on the bot. Lots of cool use cases. I would love to do, Alex, a test case sometime or a challenge, because we early on, when we released the basic schedule bot, we had some amazing testimonials. People are saying like, I ran 120 leads and I booked like 20 of them or something like, I can't remember the numbers, but they're really cool numbers, like appointments that would not have happened if it weren't for the AI tool. That's what I love to hear and see from our users is those success stories. When you're actually using it and you're getting results and growing your business, selling policies using technology. Love it. Should we talk about the AI opportunities?
Yeah, let's do it. When you talk about AI, especially for those of you that are like, okay, I've got a CRM, I'm using that, I feel good about it, but I don't consider myself a tech savvy person. When we start talking about AI, it can feel like, oh my gosh, this is so far beyond what I'm capable of. But we have a service where we actually build out your AI bot for you with the FAQs, with the prompts and the tones and all that, setting up the calendar integration. And then what my team does as well is integrate it with the different platforms. Like you saw Lily's demonstration of Facebook Messenger, we can set it up there, Instagram, incoming text. even emails, and a web chat form. So we can make it so that Agent AI is listening and engaged on all of these platforms and ready to talk. And we'll make sure that it's trained well and that it is scheduling people on the right calendar for you. That way, you set up, you tell us, hey, here, set up my Agent AI, and then we do all the hard work and you get to enjoy the fruits of our labor and just start to see that increase in your productivity. So if you want that, schedule a consultation call with us. We can talk over what those options look like. We got some great package deals for you as well, where we include, months of agent CRM when you get it signed up with us. So schedule a consult. We'll go over all the details. That's the best way to do it. Go to consult.agent-crm.com, consult.agent-crm.com, and we will schedule a call with you. Yeah.
I think you can even choose here.
Have agent
CRM. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Yeah, I would say like part of this, there are questions. I'm the operations manager. Alex and I are talking this afternoon about our staffing. We're talking about salaries. We're talking about all sorts of things. And we are rolling out more AI tools. Like we're experimenting with voice AI to help at a higher level. Now, we're not trying to replace people. We're not trying to push out. We've got some incredible people. Shout out to Astrid. Like Astrid, if you're listening, we're not replacing you. That's not the point. We believe there is a human touch that will never be replaced. However, that being said, there are a lot of businesses, and some of you who are watching, Rod, you're watching live, replay guests as well, where you need to scale your business. And the question is, can you afford a VA, or do you want to train a VA? Do you want to supervise a person? There are roadblocks you're going to face without having help in your trajectory. And the ability to hire a person, some of you, that is a next step for you, a VA or an admin person, but also consider that AI is fulfilling a work task. You could be paying, 800, 1,000, 1,500 a month to a person, or maybe the next step for you is an AI and it doesn't cost you extra. Maybe it's a one-time setup fee. I don't know what we're charging right now. I'd have to check the prices. It could be 800, could be 1,000, whatever it is for a setup fee. You pay that once and then you're not paying a monthly live person. So some of you, you're going to have key roles that will be live people, and you're still going to also use AI to accelerate the service and the speed to lead, all that stuff. Anything else you want to say about that, Alex?
No, the biggest thing is get it set up. It is so important to have AI working inside of your business. Once it's set up, it's ready to rock and roll and it's done. And then you just monitor it once a month. Get it done. Check it off your to-do list. Set up AI so that it's working for you. And then, the last thing I want to just kind of briefly touch on before we end, Will, since we're talking about AI, is, and we can do a deeper dive later, but there are other little AI toys that we have inside of Agent CRM. We've been talking about Agent AI, but we also have Content AI, which is super fun, which you can find in on the funnels. You can find it in emails, but Will did a really cool demo of how this works when he set up the holiday campaign. And boop, there he is. Content AI is there. And so what you do is you give it the context of what you're creating, give it a little title, set up a quick description. This is like your prompt, right? And then give it a keyword that you want it to include. My favorite part is the tone. So wait till you see the different tone options that you can choose.
Is there a tone you want to do? Let's do
snarky. I want to do snarky.
Snarky I did last time. That was super fun, but I'm experimenting too, to be honest.
Okay.
It's just fun. Nice. Should include an air of superiority.
Nice. There we go.
Now, this is going to be fun. Obviously, this is not. I should be showing you what agents will actually use, but this is more fun for the sake of a demo. So we'll include the keywords insurance. We're going to include, 'cause, 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 'c Vain.
Yeah.
Holiday.
Yeah.
Christmas.
There we
Select a
go.
writing tone. Like bold. Let's just see. Let's give 3
Yeah.
variations. We'll do medium. Again, sometimes you want to do a few takes just to see what's going to get the right prompt, just like with the AI that we showed earlier. But with this, I'm really curious. I have so much fun with ChatGPT. This is a rabbit hole for me. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Dear esteemed client, the most wonderful time of year is upon us. As our cherished policy holder, you deserve an update wrapped in the same joy and splendor the holiday brings. At prestige coverage, we often reflect on our clients. So it actually seems like this guy's got a bit of a silk cushion under his butt.
Yeah.
And this is too long for me, to be honest. I use the medium prompts. I would change it, but you get the idea that you can generate, instead of taking half an hour, oh my goodness, what am I going to send my clients? You know, when you're writing a card to your father or your mother for Christmas, and you're like, my goodness, what do I write? You know, hey, ChatGPT can help you write to your clients and raise your glass filled with eggnog or cider high toast to a holiday cushioned by security and style. And should old Saint Nick inquire about how to upgrade his sleigh policy, we'll trust you'll point him our way. That's kind of fun.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that actually
feels like the guy's holding a glass of whiskey and pointing his finger at us while he's talking.
if you are a PNC agent, that is a great line to include.
It is.
Should old Saint Nick inquire about how to upgrade his sleigh policy? If you're doing PNC, you got auto insurance. Like, that's just fun. That is so fun to get. And I would not have thought of that. Maybe some of our PNC agents, they're super clever and witty, but that is great. So I hope someone steals that. If you do, give me a shout and say, Will, I used that and my clients loved it. So, yeah. I mean, if you guys don't do this during your workday because it's a waste of your time, but if you're like off work and you want to have some fun, play around with ChatGPT. You'll just get some chuckles. So, holiday campaign, it is December 13th. I really, really, really want to hammer in. Guys, if you haven't done this yet, create a holiday campaign and send it. It looks like 119 people might have sent a campaign, I'm hoping, but we've got a lot more users than that. And if you guys want to increase retention and do some stuff, watch that video as well. But this is an AI video, so maybe I should say AI video training and setup should be a step as well.
Yeah.
Any last words of wisdom or encouragement?
Subscribe to our channel so you get notified. You're watching a long form training. We will soon be reaching out and creating some short form content as well. That is one of the most requested things that we've got in our end of the year survey is short videos with training. So we will be rolling out some of those in the new year, but subscribe so you get notified when they roll out. We so appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching our geek out into AI, going over Agent AI, how it works. Encourage you to set that up. If you need help, reach out to our team. We can do it for you. So thank you guys. And thank you, Will, for leading the charge on this training video.